I was totally gonna make a totally different video today about transitioning out of teaching, which I will do in the future for sure, but I just felt like I needed to talk about the elephant in the room. There's just so much going on in the world that I just feel like I just can't not talk about it. Like, to make any video that doesn't acknowledge that just feels really strange. And so today I wanted to talk about hope in the unsteady times and in unsteadiness, because I've been dealing with that a lot this year. So this year has been just crazy for me personally. I got married at the beginning of the year, which is oh my gosh, I forgot my wedding ring. I totally forgot. Let me get it. I got it. So I got married this year, and that just like brings on so much change. This is like the first time I am with somebody all the time. I love marriage for sure, but it is different. Like, I'm not a single person anymore, and I didn't realize how much singleness was a part of my life and how much it was a part of my identity until I wasn't single anymore. And then when I came home from my honeymoon, I had all these new tasks given to me at work, and I am basically learning how to help run a nonprofit, which is a lot of work. I just feel like a lot of things that were a part of my identity for so long, my identity has shifted so much that it just feels like a gigantic change. And then, of course, now in the news, currently, there is a virus that has swept the world, and you just can't get away from the news about it. Things are being canceled, schools are closing, it's affecting people's lives, and I don't want to make light of it because I know that there's a lot of people who are afraid, and not just afraid for their health, but afraid for their jobs and their income. There's just so much change, and I can't help but think how there's so much uncertainty, and this is an election year. So, all of the fears that people have of, losing jobs and getting sick, I feel like they're all justifiable fears, but I've also been thinking a lot about hope. I personally don't want to leave this experience with this mass virus in the world the same, because I feel like it's changing the way I'm thinking about the future. And what if something like this happens again? What if this never goes away? There's always uncertainties in the world, and I want this experience for me to challenge me to think, what am I putting my hope in? Am I putting my hope in the government, or in my health, or in my age? Or, for a long time, I was putting my hope and my identity in my singleness. And then that changed, and it was like I had to have a whole mind shift. Where there is fear and uncertainty, where can we hold on to for hope? Yesterday, a verse kept coming back to me. It's Proverbs 18:24, and it says, "A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." And I've just been thinking about that verse a lot, how God is somebody that you can literally always talk to, that is always there. Even before this virus started sweeping the news and sweeping the world, and I had just gotten married, I was thinking, this is so crazy. Like, so much is changing in my life right now, and I'm so grateful that I have God to hold on to, because I just feel like I'm in it with God and He has me. And no matter what happens, like any illness or financial ruin, I don't know, like, I know that I can always have a friend that sticks close to me. I don't pretend to know where things are gonna lead and if things are gonna get better or worse, but I know that in unsteady times, we can hold on to Jesus. I have been through tough times before, depression, death of people close to me, scares regarding illnesses, and I can tell you that God is always there. I don't know how we do it without Him, and I feel like it's in these unsteady times when we're looking for something to hold on to that I feel like I can just realize God is still there, and I can stand on a rock and I can stay calm in a storm. He's always there to pour out our fears to cry to yell at, and ultimately to hope in. In the end, none of us are promised a single day. I want to make my life a life that gives hope. So that's all I wanted to say, but next time I will try to make a video about transitioning out of teaching. But for now, I just had to say what I had to say. See ya!